Guys, this is Kimikawa. Welcome to another Touhou Lost Branch of Legend playthrough. It has been a while since I've played this, to be honest, and it's been a couple of versions since I did a video. Last version was the colorless update as it came out and introduced actual colorless cards, which was pretty cool. Not just the throwing knife stuff. Here we have a couple down here. They've had some artwork changes in the most recent thing as well. Like, this just looks really cool now. So definitely happy to see that. And yeah, this game doesn't get updated nearly as often as it used to, which makes sense because it's mostly big things that are happening at this stage. There's not really the need to like minor update as it used to be. So realistically, yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on still, but it takes a while to do. So we don't really have that many new things to report. However, this one is really cool because there are new enemies in the third act as well, which is something that we haven't really seen for quite a while. Not since the bunnies anyway. There's been a fair bit of readjustment of stuff as well, mostly with the Terminator drones and just drones in general. They have honestly been buffed in a way, which is kind of crazy, but the Terminator drones have been nerfed a little bit, so I guess there's a compensation. I looked through the last few videos. I haven't actually done a Reimu run on the channel for a while. I have actually been playing Reimu basically all the time at the moment, just because she's actually been the one who, color-wise, was getting the new cards. So that's just there. That's how it be. But we're going to play Lunatic. We're going to do Reimu B because I just prefer Reimu B to Reimu A, to be honest. A is just kind of boring to me at this point. She's good, obviously, but I like the orb synergy stuff a little bit more. Shining Exhibit being the treasure box is funny. Exhibits, but getting the eviction order, not really what I want here. That is a fantastic thing to trade for 10 money, so we're almost definitely going for that. Or we can get the... oh wow, that's crazy. We could get the orb stuff started straight away if I just get... it's gotta be Secret Border, right, as the thing here. Yin Yang Rune is insane, but we're gonna take Secret Border. This card is way too good not to have. Gain ourselves the power here as well, and let's see what we can do. I mean, Secret Border is just really good for synergy stuff straight away. Even though, yeah, the Soul Torch is incredible and definitely something that's worth picking up. Yeah, this is just too good not to have. Unfortunately, it doesn't really do much in this initial phase of the fight here, so we're just going to do our usual, block everything, and make sure that we have Duplex Barrier live, because that card is also really good. So if you have the barrier that you start with thanks to the exhibit, you do still gain your double attack, which is good. We don't really have a way of doing it otherwise, so that's fine. We do still get to full block, that is good. No need to spend the extra mana, because if we don't, we get extra barrier off of it as well. Just tiny optimizations off it here. This fight honestly isn't crazy difficult, of course, but you can still make sure that you do it well. We don't have lethal here, unfortunately, so we're just going to grab the defensive point. And Duplex does give us lethal here, which is perfect. It's very standard sort of opening enemy stuff. It still is about the same. I don't really want any of these, I'll be honest with you. Indiscriminate Ignition is the pick if you are like wanting to deal with specifically. There's a couple of things it specifically deals with, but mostly it is the Free Fairies fight. But it's a really bad card otherwise, so we are just going to skip here. I'm not going to pollute my deck with terrible abilities like that. There's a couple of enemies it does do quite well against though. So you could, in theory, take it, but it's just so bad. I don't want to. Anyway, on Lunatic, these guys having 2 greys means I'm just going to shoot them both down here so that I can hit whichever one I need to next turn. I'm not going to do damage anyway, so I might as well do it that way. Yeah, we'll get Secret Border going because this can give us an accurate attack, and it certainly does. So next turn we just win, which is really good. 8 damage twice to both enemies with an accurate is just crazy, crazy strong. So we are going to do just that. Yeah, Orb of Wind and Thunder is ridiculous. It's obvious why you have to generate that particular one. Balanced Orbs, perfect take here. Gives us a couple of orbs. Once we get that upgraded, they cost less, which is good. I see. This is the first event is interesting. So, oh, Celestial Flight is really good though. Yeah, we don't take the Sardina Mooncake here for sure. Celestial Flight is crazy. So we're gonna take that. The question is, what do we get rid of? Honestly, it would save me having to upgrade it. I kind of want to get rid of Duplex Barrier. Because it's a really strong card, don't get me wrong. But if I get rid of it, then I can focus on Secret Border and just get the orb stuff going. Yeah, I'm going to get rid of this. That might not be the right play. It's probably better just to get rid of a shoot. But yeah, like, Secret Border is kind of a must. Oh, not Secret Border. Yeah, Secret Border is a must upgrade, because then you get it to cost 1 when it's fully set up. But Duplex Barrier kind of also is a must upgrade. As strong as the card is, it's really not good for 2 white mana. So, yeah. It's an interesting sort of choice as to who to actually fight here. I think I will go for Marissa because the 2 black mana off of Occult is pretty strong. But honestly, I think you could go for basically anyone who isn't Cherno here. I think Cherno is just too strong on Lunatic to fight, which I know, funny, haha memes, but like, genuinely, she is just insane to fight on Lunatic. I don't love the fact that I'm probably going to bomb here, but I think I am going to bomb here. Because realistically, this is a kind of annoying setup to deal with, and I want to have enough power, hopefully, to bomb against the boss here as well. So, yeah, we'll just do that. Means we don't get to use all of our mana that turn, but that is totally fine. And here, Balanced Orbs is pretty good. Yeah, we just fire that up for sure. Get that going. And we can do probably knock you down a bit. She's gonna like firepower down us probably here, which would be really irritating. Yeah, 5 firepower down. So that's a pain, but we can win anyway, so we are totally fine. Because our Celestial Flight gives us more than enough extra mana to spam our orbs into Oblivion, which is good. Yeah, so using the bomb there is kind of annoying. These two are both pretty good. I think I'll take Tranquility, because Tenshi, if you upgrade it and removes Vulnerable, Tenshi is kind of still a thing. Sorry to the one guy who likes the t-shirt stuff here. You get 2 different sizes since like a couple of updates ago. If you take the old one, it's still 2 lock-on, but at the start of each fight, but you get 2 maximum life only now. If you want 3 maximum life like it used to be, you have to have 3 lock-on at the start. Yeah, sorry to the guy who likes this thing. I will not take it because it is far too costly. So, yeah, I really just don't like it. Balanced Orbs definitely the pick here. Now it costs any 1 mana and gives me a reduction on the orbs as well. So very, very good. Okay, so the annoying thing here is I have to play the Tranquility if I don't want to lose it for the rest of the fight, and I kind of don't, which means I need to use Celestial Flight if I want to actually use my border here. Kinda sucks, but it is how it be. Next turn's going to be kind of painful as far as stuff goes. I think we take the 16 total here. Do I gain the barrier or do I do the damage? Probably do the damage, because I can use the bomb to gain back anyway. So I think we're okay. Balanced Orb, pretty good to draw here. So we're taking 18 plus her ping is on this one for another 12. So 30 total damage. We can block all of it actually if we want to, because we can use 16 and then 2 8s in order to do it. That's kind of good. Yeah, let's do that. Fire the orbs away. We could take less damage if we want to here, actually, because we can go ahead and use the bomb I don't think I need to this turn. I think I'll save it. Because it's an accurate attack as well, I might be able to use it more efficiently here. We still have one barrier at the very... Oh, she blew up the one to 7 instead, that's fine. So she's gonna blow up another one, but this time we don't really have enough block for it, right? Oh, I guess she'll blow up the 6, so it's 8 and 12. We can full block it. Yeah, it's probably still fine. Just do that, get another shoot down. Usually don't do things this way with this fight, especially with Weaken being a thing there, but I think it's okay. Yeah, because she's going to summon again. We have the block power, which is good. Let's just do that. And then go here, 14 to both. Grab ourselves. She summons 2 on Lunatic, right? Oh no, she only summons 1 at the moment. How much health has she got? 48? Probably still... Oh, she's going to bomb next turn, right? Yeah, probably still fine to do that. And we'll hit there. So next turn the goal is going to be to try and take out both of the spirits whilst defending well enough. I think we can do that. So we go here, we swing for 14, and then... Well, I'm still going to take a little bit of damage here, but I think if I take this, we have enough to lethal next turn. Because now she's going to give herself graze, which is 3 grazes, quite a bit, but we should be able to just attack here, and this will hit twice accurately. Oh, we actually don't quite get there. That's fine. Let's just do that then. Yeah, so it's only 4 damage taken. We still have the barrier, which is good. She doesn't have graze anymore. We actually get some more power off of this too. So in a way, taking 4 there actually was for the best. Because now we get a little bit of extra power coming off of the enemies here. And that means we should easily get to what we need to. Nimble Fabric, pretty good. Second turn each round, we get 2 graze. Not very good for the final fight, but definitely good for the rest of the game. So we'll happily take that. And here's one of the newest cards from version 1.4.2. Flawn's new card is an ability. It takes quite a bit of mana to use, but you gain firepower for every card that's in your hand. However, they will exile themselves at the end of the turn. They do have Ethereal, so yeah, that's kind of fun. I mean, if you've got a massive hand of stuff that you can then play out after the fact, it's pretty good. If you upgrade this, it does cost only 2 mana, which is nice. It's quite strong. I don't know if I really want it here, though, but it could be interesting, at the very least. What else do I want to upgrade immediately here? Tranquility, probably, but that's about it. Yeah, we'll take it. We'll show it off, see what it can do. Here we are having this. There is actually a Jade Box rule that you can use now, which will let you already start with the border sensor, so you can take the other thing if you want to at this point. But I like this anyway. It's just, maybe it'd be nice to be able to keep this after talking to Renosuke. Because 25% more money from combat is actually really good. So, yeah, I don't know. There's an alternative you can have. We can't take an event if I want to go to border, which honestly I don't really want to go to a shop at the moment. I don't have enough funding for it. So Reimu is very poor at the start of the game after all. Okay. So this is like all of our defense options, which is kind of not great. If I want to use this, I do have to go ahead and do this one first. I think that's okay. So we do that, and then use this, we gain 3 firepower, because it does not count itself, and now all of these cards have got Ethereal, which means anytime we draw them, they will exile themselves if they are in the hand at the end of the turn. Does mean that I can just go ahead and use these 2, that's going to get exiled. The basic block will also have Ethereal now, but I think we're okay with that. We have 2 Greys, but it doesn't matter against this, unfortunately. I do not have enough mana to full block here, which is unfortunate. Oh, it's not I don't have enough mana, I don't have enough cards to full block. So we're just going to have to take 4 here. Bit of a shame, but you can see the firepower is already going to be kicking in quite nicely here. I do have to use this as well, unfortunately, so we'll just go for that now. Go ahead, get ourselves a little bit of extra damage in here. Not a great turn. This is kind of annoying as well, because now we have to sort of burn that in order to just not die, right? So, we have that. And then, yeah, if I don't want to take a ton of damage, I'm going to have to use my other stuff and not use the border again, which is, again, also not particularly good. But that's okay. We'll punch through what we can. We are full blocking at this point, so we will just do that to get some more barrier down. Kinda need some more cards that generate yin yang orbs. Because, yeah, she's getting a lot of damage power coming out here, which is a little spooky. If I'm willing to take a little bit of damage, and I think I am here, I can just get another orb going. Because, yeah, I kind of need it. Again, the defensive one, she is doing 26. This puts it down to 4 damage taken here. I mean, that's a nasty output, but oh, especially with these too. Right, I can't play both of these, which is annoying. So I guess we're losing another 2 life here as well. This fight's kind of beat me up a little bit. It usually doesn't last this long, I'll be honest, but I guess it's fine. Yeah, these lose life cards are very irritating. Please stop doing that. We don't have lethal either, which is frustrating. So we're just going to have to burn one of those, and we're off by 2, taking another 2 life loss here. Bit of a shame. 20 barrier too, good lord. Well, I mean, that's what we got this for, so we're fine. Yeah, that fight doesn't usually last that long, but when it does, oh boy is it spooky. Free Fly is pretty good. I guess that's a decent upgrade target in the next bit. Phoenix Wingrise is also, like, fine, but I'm a little bit leery about the life loss on this character. It's much better on Reimu A. Free Fly is just nice, though. Gaining extra mana is solid. And yeah, this is why we need AoE, because this fight is pretty nasty without it. We do draw it at the start as well, which is pretty good. That is going to cost us some health, unfortunately, but it is going to one-shot all of the regular guys. We're just going to take 11 from the black one, because he decided to attack turn 1. Kind of annoying, but it is how it be, I suppose. We'll just go ahead and take that one. And, yeah, it's a lot of damage. So, 53, not a great health total, especially because we still have a boss to fight, but we'll get there, right? We win just by doing these 2. Nothing fancy needed here, so let's just do that. And, grab ourselves. Orb of Duality is fine. This upgrades to cost just 1, so pretty solid. Probably best to do that one first, actually. So do that, and then Free Fly into the next one. Okay, Aya, sort of irritating, but we have orb generation stuff. We can make this work. Let's actually start. I mean, do I need the shoots in this one? Probably. But I think I might be able to get away with it with the other stuff. Let's start with this, so we have enough firepower to actually, like, take her out during this fight. It's going to be sort of annoying losing all of the basic shoots here, but I think we can handle it. And yeah, we have 2 Greys. We are guaranteed to be fine this turn. Annoying that we drew this then, because it can't really be used. Let's get the orbs. Celestial Flight is good as well. And now we'll start actually punching in, because we have a fair bit we can do here, right? So do that, use this one to generate this to get through the rest of the Greys, And then I think actually I'm just going to save the block. It's annoying to burn the mana that way, but I think I want to save these attacks to punch through the next thing. And honestly, I sort of need that amount of defense available. So we'll get a full block here. We've got 23 to play with. I can also use the bomb relatively freely, but it's nice to have 2 bombs versus Marissa. So I think I will save it for now. Do I need the mana here? I think I'm winning pretty quickly anyway, so let's just use our attacks as we do. Yeah, we're winning this turn if I don't do it, so... Good. And then will there be none? Oh, Shiny Bulb is an interesting card to look at here. So you, instead of upgrading, you now get to think gaps, and it's been changed, I think, since the last time that I think this. It used to be a random rare, but now you get to choose between them. And if you have any upgrade tool stuff, it still works with that as well. It's not very good, I don't think, but Balanced Orbs is great though. But it's there, I guess. We don't get to see before we choose the option, so I'm not really going to take it still, but yeah. So now I have like 3 cards that I want to upgrade. It's still Free Fly. It's got to be one of these ones that makes some stuff cost less, right? Honestly, maybe it is just a There Will Be Done first. Logic behind this is that if I upgrade this one, then I can actually spend some of the cards that I am making ethereal in the turn. So yeah, let's do that. Make it cost less, and we'll go from there. Hello, Marissa. One of the things the problem with it though is that I don't really want to use it in this fight because she's going to gain firepower based on what I have. So it's probably not good here, but that's fine. Okay, let's go Free Fly, and we'll use the bomb first here, I think. Like, we have 2 procs of this if we need to, so we're just going to use it to gain the barrier so that I can spend the rest of my stuff on gaining orbs. So now I'm ready for when she does graze, and I also have just a lot of tools for Secret Border to begin. She can't damage me this turn, which is fine. We can just use this to set ourselves up, I think, with our regular hits. Probably use 1. And then I'm going to get more damage out of the shoots. Let's just use those first here. Again, saving these so that she can, will just like punch through her graze here. Because 3 graze is a lot to go through. See, this is where it gets interesting, right? Because now I could use and then will there be none? And I could gain 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 firepower. But I don't really have the mana to use all the rest of the stuff, right? And she gains 7 firepower as well because of her Might Makes Right thing. So, like, I really don't think I want to use it here. Which is unfortunate, because it could go hard in this hand. But that's fine, we have the block, I have more orbs. These ones don't get a cost reduction, unfortunately, but that is totally reasonable. We'll just use these ones, gets her to 0 graze again, and we still have some relatively good attacks to move on. I might well use it later on. She does have an attack that hits 3 times though, which is kind of difficult to go through, so I don't really want to use the and then will there be none, like, until later on. If I get the orb, what am I at? 30 barrier at the moment? I've still got plenty more here. If I get the orb, I can better defend against Master Spark, but this is also just really good if I do proc the firepower thing. Yeah, we'll do that. And then save our orbs for... well, save some of our orbs for later. Gonna use the 2 cost one. And save the rest for later. I have multiple 2 costs. This is the reason I didn't want to use in there, but then will there be none? Because you look at this and you go, she's doing 21 damage already here. If I give her that amount of firepower, whoo, right? It's gonna do way too much. So definitely don't want to burn it there. Let's just use the other 2 cost one. Take some damage off of that, which is fine, it doesn't matter. She doesn't do damage to me there, and we have full barrier to survive the spark, which is good. Duality, definitely still strong. Spark for 40 is pretty spooky, but we have plenty around that. Go for that one. And then I think I just want to preserve as much of the barrier as I can for now, so we'll just do that. Her final spark does get stronger as the fight goes on, but that's really the only thing that changes here, so I'm not really too fussed right now. Ooh. Oh, if we had Celestial Flight too. That's kind of the combination that I want here, is Celestial Flight plus this, because then I can actually gain mana back and spend even more of the cards, right? So that's what I'm looking for, but we just haven't been able to get it yet. This might be the time just to fire the card though. What else am I able to use? I've got 4 mana, so I guess I could use the orbs with it and use Secret Border. That's a lot of damage, to be fair. If we use it, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 firepower, which means we do 14 by 2. We've got 14 off of that, 26 as well. That is an awful lot of damage too. Yeah, let's do it. Secret Border gets us this one, which is exactly what we need for next turn. We need to use this one now because otherwise it's going to get exiled. And yeah, basically turning the screws up here and see what we can do with it. 20 damage is a lot, but we have exactly 20 there, which is pretty good. So we can use this one, and then that, and we don't really need to use anything else because we already have full blocks, so that's fine. And then we should, hopefully, be able to finish this soon. We can't finish it off with this hand, unfortunately. But we can chuck a paper at her. Why does she have the newspaper? That doesn't make sense, right? It's just because it's a status card that she can chuck in your deck, right? But it's just kind of funny that she has Aya's newspaper. It's like, I guess she would she even steal it? It's not worth stealing, right? Anyway, yeah, that's the fight in a nutshell. We do get, we got a couple of good things here. Okay, so all of these exhibits are reasonable. The fruit basket is the worst one, but it does give me access to green mana, which is really good for Mizumaru. That card is actually kind of cracked for the orb generation stuff, so kind of want that. Obviously, Marissa's one is really good because it gives you an Occult to give you 2 extra mana at the start of the fight, which is very strong in our deck especially. We're using a lot of colorless generating stuff at the moment, so that's pretty good. Obviously, having Marissa's cards might make it a little bit worse though, and black Reimu cards are not especially great. Yeah, not really a super fan there. And then the barley rice is pretty good because we get more white mana is solid, but also just gaining more power means we can use the spells more often and weaken more of the opponents. So like that's also pretty good. I think we're going to take the fruit basket though, because green mana is solid, and like every time we add a card to library we gain maximum life, so that's pretty solid. Every one of these basically. I don't like Flashing Cherry Blossom. I know this card is probably better than it looks, but it just reads so poor for the cost of it that I just can't, like, get behind it. There are some situations where it's good, especially when upgraded. The great, like getting 3 grays, 4 mana, doing a decent amount of damage. This is probably fine, it just really doesn't appeal to me. Crossing the Border is probably the best one here, because I can get balanced orbs back and gain even more yin yangs. And if you upgrade this, it only costs 1 of anything, which is really strong. So for the deck I'm playing at the moment, Crossing the Border is probably the best. Okay, we are up against Megumu, the multi-hit maestro, I guess. I don't know. Which way do we want to go? Definitely want to take an event, so it means we can't really get the free upgrade. I think we just go here. This might be a case of use the bomb early as well, especially if the hand is not amazing. This hand is like fine. I can probably make good use out of this stuff here actually. So we got 1, 2, 3, and then these 2 get thingied in. That's probably good enough. Yeah, let's do that. So go here. This gives us 5 firepower, which is pretty good. And then we can use the block and the 2 orbs. The firepower offsets the damage reduction that the Abandoned Keystone has, which is pretty nice. Unfortunately, we'll lose a couple of defense cards, but I don't think we'll need them in this fight, to be honest, if we can... we've got Graze here, right, so I think we'll be fine. Add the 2 orbs again, and then we need... just thinking what sort of damage output I want to do with it here. So this does 15, so there'd be 11 into 9 into 6. That's probably good enough, right? Yeah. Just. So, get rid of this guy before he does his thing, because he does have a recoil attack. If you damage him after he puts this effect on, he was going to do that turn, then... No, he wasn't going to do it. Was he going to do it that turn? I don't even know. Doesn't really matter. Point is, he has a recoil type thing, which is annoying. One of the cool things about crossing the border here is I do get to, like, reuse the stuff that was removed by Flan, right? So that could be kind of neat. I think this is just better, obviously, for the moment, but it is a cool idea at the very least, that we could just recover our stuff that way. I want more mana. We'll spend it on that. I don't know if it's worth it, but she is gonna guard this turn a little bit as well. So, and oh boy, this is a lot of output going on here. This is, as they say, the end of the game. We probably didn't actually need to use the other thing, but whatever. Yeah, Flan is super good with this Orb of Wind and Thunder. If I can get that going enough here, then I'm going to be very happy with it. True Majesty is an interesting card. It doesn't cost anything, which is good. If you upgrade it, it applies, 3 weakness, but it also starts in your opening hand, which is quite solid. Like, just being able to defend better at the start of the turns is pretty good. It's not good into drones, not just because they used to have Amulet. They're now just straight up immune to weak and vulnerable, which is kind of annoying. Speaking of vulnerable, Binding Border is also really good. Like, I know I did remove the duplex barrier, but this is very strong too. I think I'm going to take the border, because vulnerable is incredibly busted, right? I need the upgrade, so I'm not going to go for the elite here. Drowning Girl has been nerfed in, I think it was 1.4, so it's not really a new nerf per se, but she has been changed in recent times where she no longer has quite as high a damage output as she used to. So that's fine. She was pretty devastating before. One slight problem with the cost of this at the moment is I do not have enough mana to do this and this in the same turn, which is a shame. So I guess the question is, how much output do I need otherwise? If I do 15, then Vulnerable makes Orb do 18 and I can fire the Talisman. Whereas this could generate... this is probably still better. So we go Border, get the Vulnerable, this does 18, gets us that, and then we'll do 15 here. And go from there. So now the Drowning does 12 on Lunatic, and her damage output is also a bit weaker. We have the Graze on the second turn here, so we are totally fine with that. Yeah, let's just fire this off. So be another one of those where we go here, and then this one's going to get exiled unfortunately, but we'll do this, this, and this to max out our damage output here. Take 12 off of the Drowning, nothing off of her because of the Graze. That's fine. And now, this is not a very good secondary hand though. I think unfortunately we are going to have to use the bomb here. Might be a little bit annoying for later on in this this particular stage, but we really don't want to take excess damage here. And like, she was still going to do a lot, to be fair. I didn't have that much block at the time, so yeah. Breaking Boundaries, you say? Not my favorite card ever, but certainly a fun one to consider. This is probably a mistake, but I'm going to take it just because it's funny more than anything. It can turn into anything you want in the game, right? So, oh, Junko. I don't love seeing you here because I kind of like my mana as it is. I can't really afford to get rid of any of the colors that I have, but I really want the extra mana considering what we are going with here. Maybe it's okay getting rid of the green. It sucks because I really want the green to do stuff. We haven't got any cards that use it yet. If I get rid of it, it means that I don't have access to any at that point. But the colorless is so good. The problem is I can't really get rid of these because my basic blocks already do that, and I can't, like I need these for too many cards, and I can't really get rid of the white mana because then I don't get access to Faithful Meditation, and that would be disgusting. Yeah, I'm gonna convert to green. It's a shame. The whole point of this was to go for Mizumaru. Now the fruit basket is kind of underwhelming in comparison, but I think it's okay. And maybe we get to show off one of the colorless stuff here as well. Like, we could end up getting exhibits for that too. The Great Hakurei Barrier is very funny, but not super good. Man, if I knew this was coming up though, we probably could have dealt with having only one red mana for basic fights, because yeah, the ribbon is really nice. Definitely grabbing it. It gives us extra mana, so we are going to pick that for sure. We need the card upgrade. That's the whole reason I went this way instead of going for an elite in the first place, because we have a lot of cards that need upgraded at this point. It's like all 4 of these are ones that you really want upgraded. Probably best for now to get balanced orbs. Then next time it's got to be free fly, unless we get anything else that's like super drastic in the meantime. Whenever you graze an attack gain, I mean, that's kind of funny, but probably not super useful overall. Wandering Heaven is also a really good card to get. Gives you block and also upgrades all of your stuff when you get that upgrade, so maybe that's a way that we could take this. Because this upgrades the Yin Yang orbs as well, so definitely I think that is worth grabbing. And then probably fine to grab the Tambourine as well, actually. I mean, it's a tool that doesn't always stay in the deck after you consume it, of course, and the cool thing about this is that it does give you extra life because of the fruit basket, so yeah, I think we'll go with that. And now here we have the... I'm not going to use the shiny bulb. It's a cool idea, but I just don't like it. So we're going to give that away and grab ourselves the console. Gives you more power for the fights that you have it. It's pretty solid, I suppose. Let's go up top. Black Butterfly Plus. Oh, kind of annoying. This is a very weird hand, and I don't know how much I like it. I guess we'll see what Breaking Boundaries gives us then. Frozen Specimen, not very good. Stargazing, that's not very good for the cost, unfortunately. Apply the Poison is probably okay here. Like, it's at least passable. Not really super happy with these options, I will admit. And we're also taking damage unless I bomb here, so this kind of sucks, not gonna lie. I guess we just take the Miasma. Oi, yeah, not particularly good. I think the play is to go... We're just going to have to suck up the damage here. I do have more health than I normally would, I suppose, so there is that. I'm just going to go Heaven, upgrade the Binding Border here. We'll use the Border, and then do this one. Gets us some poison damage as well. I really don't want to use the bomb because I've already used one, but if I do, at least I don't take damage, right? It's gonna leave me vulnerable later on, though. How much am I? I'm taking 13 here. We have 90 health. We can take it. I really don't love that, but I don't think there's a reason to use, especially because we get the Greys this turn, so we're like completely safe anyway. So like Free Fly is pretty good, Duality is really good here. And then we'll just do damage to the barrier. Damage to the barrier or their block does not get affected by the Keystone, so that's pretty good. And then we don't need to use that, so we'll gain our barrier back. This thing dies to poison, so it's pretty good. And yeah, we'll just have that go for us there. Okay. So this is a turn where we can do a lot because of Celestial Flight. That's pretty solid. I don't think I want to use the Tambourine at the moment. As much as it would be nice to get more damage output here, I think we can win this fight without using it, so we won't. We'll just like splurge out the hand a bit here, because we have enough mana to do everything, so that is what we will do. Yeah, we could have used it, but it's not necessary. It's one of those cases you've really got to sort of look and go, do you actually need to use the card, or are you just using it because it's there, right? I think we win this turn with... if we got a better pull here, we probably do. She's on 32. Yeah, we don't have the immediate hit for it. Probably just that one then. Do we have in Exiled anything that'll do it? You do 15, but I don't have the mana. No, I do have the Philosophers. So, like, use this, and then 15 plus these two. I think it actually works. Yeah, let's do that. So, Seeping... Yeah, Seeping Miasma, so that we get the poison damage. And then these two... Oh, it's one off. That's unfortunate. Not a total disaster, just... Yeah, I mean, we've got enough block that we're fine. But it's irritating nonetheless. And she dies before she even gets a turn anyway, so who cares? I just wanted to knock her out before that happened. Alrighty. Edge of Fantasy is insane. Especially pre-upgraded, we definitely take that. Every time we exile one of these Yin-Yang Orbs, we gain block. So, stupid good. Oh, Kozuzu, hello. So, I don't remember if this was available before. I think it was, and I just didn't get it in the last run that we did. If you have at least 120 money, or if you have a book exhibit that's not the Occult Shining one, then this can show up in Acts 2 and 3. It might be able to show up in Act 1 as well. This gives you one per act, basically. It gives you access to up, 2 or 3 of her 4 different books that she has. And if you rent one, then you pay 120 money, or you trade in one of the exhibits that you have that is specifically in of a book. The ones that we have access to this time, this was pretty good. At the start of the first 3 turns each combat, put 1 card from the bottom of the deck into the hand, which is good. And then the Repair Manual, if you play a tool card, you gain mana, and when acquired, you gain a tool for the library, which is also pretty good. We're not probably going to use enough tools for this to make sense. We don't have the toolbox thingy to use. Probably for the best. But like Pulp Fiction is probably worth the thing. I'm going... Which way round on the map am I going at the moment? I'm going for there. That's fine. Yeah, we'll take this one. Give us an extra draw at the start of the turns. Yeah, it looks different for a second a bit there. It's kind of weird. You'll need to pay a deposit, or you could return another book. We don't have the books, so we will pay the deposit. Very nice. It's a cute event to have, so I like it. Let's go ahead and, I think as I said, upgrade Free Fly. Oh, although if we upgrade Wandering Heaven, that is technically better, right? Because it upgrades all the cards in the hand. Sure. I think there's still fine. Okay, Nitari has actually changed very slightly compared to the last time I did stuff here, and this is a very interesting hand. Every single one of our main blocks, in the opening hand. Very, very weird. Yeah, she's changed very slightly because the robot, the drone that she summons, now has the effect of the new thing. So instead of amulet, it is immune to weak and vulnerable, which is really annoying actually. It's kind of a savage thing to have. Okay, so if I go here, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I don't actually get to use both of the orbs that I generate, which is annoying. So I think I have to do it the other way round, where I gain only 5 firepower here. I'm still getting rid of all of these block cards, which is scary, but I guess I have a lot of yin-yangs, so maybe it's not so bad. So go there, go there, go there. And because she's got optical camo, I think I'm actually just going to save one of the blocks. And instead, yeah, we'll go from there. So here it is, Household Appliance. They are immune to weak and vulnerable. Thankfully 2 grays is like really solid to have here, so we're fine. Gain a bunch, which is nice. Gain a bunch of mana to basically splurge out this turn, which is good. Yeah, so just do as much damage as I can. It's immune to the effect, but that's totally fine. Did I need to use the Celestial Flight this turn? Maybe not. I maybe could have just not used the orbs, but I think it's okay. Gain that anyway, just so that we don't take any barrier damage. And that's fine. Okay, so breaking boundaries, huh? So this is an interesting looking turn for sure. If we go orb here, this reduces the cost of that, which is good. Then we go secret border and generate that one. We then can go... I really want to go breaking boundaries. I think is still fine here because I just want to see what this does. High and dark clouds. Oh, open universe is also insane. There's a couple of good options there. Exile a card, add a random card to the hand. It costs 0 on upgrade, right? The whole point of doing things in this order is that the card I'm going to generate here can be upgraded via Wandering Heaven. Yeah, it temporarily costs 0, which is pretty funny. We could get more block and gain some extra power. This would be 15 power once the, post-upgrade. That's pretty strong. It's gotta be open universe though, right? What other cards do I have in deck that would be useful? Balanced Orb. Could take crossing the border, actually, that'd be very funny. So if we take open universe, we get 2 copies of one of these cards to the hand. They will cost 0 when I upgrade open universe. And then we just get our, like, cards back, which is very silly. This is going to be a very weird turn, isn't it? Hang on, I need to check one thing with the way temp cost works here. Until it leaves the hand. Okay, so if I recover the card from the exile, then it will cost its full amount again, which is a shame. Means I can't, like, reuse this, but probably for the best, right? Sure, it's gonna be funny. Let's do it. So then we go Wandering Heaven, upgrades all the cards in the hand. So now this will make the Balanced Orb cost 0. So we get 2 copies of that to add a bunch more of these to the hand. And then our last one can just go to that so we can knock out the tool and do a bunch of damage to Neatery as well. And now next turn we can spend like 5 mana on just getting a Brazilian barrier and we will be fine. I was going to say bonus points if we get access to Binding Border, but we didn't, so whatever. This is still like super good though. Especially if that is in there as well. Yeah, not really much else to do with it, I guess. We just punch. Oh, we also just kill her because we've got a Nenbor to be none, right? Yeah. That card's actually pretty good, it seems, with what we're doing here. I like it. Okay, Black Lotus, fantastic. Extra mana at the start of the fight when we're already drawing extra cards at the start of the fight as well. Beautiful combination. Really good. Base of Tycho. It's an interesting AoE. The new enemy does have barrier, So, probably worth taking, actually. I don't think I want to take any more attack cards or anything at this point. I just want, like, skills, abilities, and maybe defense. Fish! Block Toys is cute, though. Get an extra card reward. Yeah, I mean, I'm not losing that much health most of the time. Let's just take that. Get extra reward options, so we can see more cool cards, right? Do we even take the shop at this point, then? I'm going to say no. I think we're okay with that. Alright, I haven't actually fought this one since the change here, so this is going to be interesting. Oh, that is a... that is a very good opening hand. Free Fly... I guess I could have Wandering Heaven first, but I don't think I even need the mana here. So, yeah, it's fine. These all cost 0 now. I guess I lose out on doing 8 damage with the shoot, but, like, oh no, woe is me, right? Whatever am I gonna do? Let's hit this one, because the mana purification is gonna happen anyway. This guy's gonna purify next turn, so probably best to try and knock him out. Yeah, totally fine on that. Okay, so we lose a lot of our colors, which is frustrating, but not the end of the world. We do have grays this turn as well, so we are a-okay as far as the output stuff goes here. I am going to fire Crossing the Border to get one of these back, because that is an easy pick. That is an easy hit. And then the base can do 16 to everything, 8 to her because of her optical camo, but that is totally fine. And then we just go and fire, I think this one is fine. We've got the grays, we don't take any damage this turn from this one, and we've got 43 barrier. Like, this is just how this character works, right? Secret Border is also really strong here. I want to see what Break-In Boundaries gives us. Absolute 0, very funny. Remote support's probably fine. Let's see what else we could generate here. Firepower? Oh, I mean, does this just win the game if we get that one? Yeah, I think it does. It costs 0, so yeah, that just wins the game. Border. Pop. That one, I guess. And then the Spirit Bomb will do 30, so it's 30 and 15. It doesn't technically win the game by itself, but it should do more than enough here. So we'll do that one, do that one, do that one. It's almost there, but it's not quite. It's unfortunate. But it's fine, because it's only 1 damage off, right? And Oni Spirit Bomb, kapow! And yes, that is the sound effect it has to make. And then yeah, we've got so much barrel, we just don't take damage anyway. So who really cares? Doesn't matter if we lose firepower if we're just knocking her out anyway. So yeah, really good. Now we get 2 card rewards here, so we get to be a bit more prudent about what we want. Talisman Protection is pretty reasonable. Especially like pre-upgraded, it's not too bad. Draw card is obviously nice as well. Don't necessarily need it, mind you. What is in the other one? Above the Realm is interesting, because it only costs 1 of anything. It's bad into Remelia, but everybody else is pretty good against. We get a random attack. Yeah, I'm gonna take that for sure. And then I think I'm probably okay skipping here. I don't have a lot of defense cards outright, but I also have a lot of stuff that's like doesn't care about that. I think I'm just gonna skip here. I don't believe I really need that one. Oh, we get the Gloomy Kappa too, so fun. Get both of them in the thing. Okay. This is one of those weird ones. If I don't think I need... she has the Scout Drone too, okay. I don't think I need to Celestial Flight here. But then again, I'm looking at it like how much, so I have 9 mana, so we go 1, 3, 5, 7. Maybe I do need to Celestial Flight here. Okay, let's go this way around then. Edge of Fantasy, Celestial Flight, do it that way so I get the Exile bonus here. and go Breaking Boundaries. Rabbit Landing is pretty good. We do get another card draw out of that. Sure. So we do that one. Secret Border is pretty strong as well. I do have just enough mana to do that. So we'll do that one. It's not enough to get a knockout, unfortunately. So we are going to take some damage this turn, which is a shame. But that's fine. We have ourselves pretty well established for the next turn here. Oh, I actually don't take damage. I'm silly. I had enough block. That's fine. This guy going on the defensive is pretty good here as well. It means I don't have to worry too much about damage output this turn. Anyway, here, this is the new card, right, from for color stuff. It's unfortunately going to cost 0, so it's not going to get to do extra damage here. But yeah, 20 damage to each enemy. We could get access to this. We have colorless in the pool here. Yeah, 20 to each enemy. Does 5 more for all the colors you spend. So if you spend these ones specifically, it would do 30. The upgrade doesn't actually change the damage output in terms of its regular bit, but it makes it do damage twice. So the upgrade actually is to this bit. It's a strong card, to be honest with you. Quite a nice one to have around. We'll take it here because it means that I can use this and do decent amount of damage. I do like the animation of that as well. It is pretty good. Orb of Wind and Thunder will get the KO on both of these two as a result. And her attack is always grazable. Like, it does 31 here, which is a lot, obviously. But a grazable attack means I do not have to worry in the slightest. Gonna free fly here just because she has the optical camo this turn. I'm not KOing her anyway, so whatever. One neat thing to note is the little thing here actually does more, like it gets bigger with more damaging attacks and stuff going on. So I just thought it's cool, thought it's worth noting. Anyway, yeah, we win like 6 ways from Sunday here, so we'll just do this and just have all of these cost 0, and then just punch her in the face with the orbs. This deck is pretty alright, not gonna lie. It's maybe a bit on the large side, but oh, we get the Yin Yang Rune. Okay, Rune is one of the reasons why this can be so good. Even upgraded, I'm not taking a Duplex Barrier at this point. We don't need that kind of attack. Yeah, so Yin Yang Rune makes it so that every time you play an orb in the turn, you increase your firepower and your spirit temporarily. So your orbs get stronger as you go, which is really good. It's also a card that just like, it benefits from an upgrade, but it doesn't really need it. Because, yeah, 3 temporary firepower spirit scales faster, but it's not necessary to upgrade it. So it means that you can focus on other stuff more. Busted card, to be honest. A lot of people underestimate it. Maybe it's because it costs life that people don't like it, but no, the card is cracked. There's no better way of putting it. Alright, let's play out the hand. Glorious Treasure Spear. Money. It's pretty good. We could probably use that, actually. Yeah, money. State money. We'll go here, generate the orbs. We'll go base to do the 16. We'll money on you. I should have done it here, realistically, but whatever. I think it works out the same anyway, because I'm just gonna use the 2 orbs here. So I don't think it actually makes any difference. And then we can still full block here as well, and get a little bit of damage out on you, without having to worry about stuff here. I don't remember if Kokoro was updated. I think she was updated version 1.4, so 1.4.0. So she has a different system now. If you get debuffed, she will gain extra damage on her spell card. So that's kind of fun, I guess, for people who like that type of thing. Let's go there. And do I need Celestial Flight? Probably not. Am I going to use it anyway? Yeah, I think so. I don't think I actually needed it, but it's okay. Do that, and then go here. Upgrade that. Yep, cost has changed. It's now 2 of anything, but that's totally fine. I think I'm going to hold on to these, actually, because they will stay at 0 mana, And that means my Flan card would be stronger if I draw it. We didn't, but that's fine. Let's go break some boundaries and see what we can do with that. Ooh, secret border. Perfect. That's exactly what I wanted, actually. Because I wanted to generate more stuff. Let's go there. Bop. And what are we taking this turn? 15? That's not a lot, to be fair. We can probably handle that. Yeah, it's still fine taking this one, though, I think. So we'll go crossing, recover. I kind of want to recover secret border just so I get the extra thing off it. If I recover the treasure spear, then I can get more money, though, which is very funny. Yeah, we'll do that. Why not? It's funny. I think we're totally fine with this fight anyway, so it really shouldn't matter too much. I don't think I need to use the vulnerable. Like, I sort of want to, but I don't think I need to, so we won't. Okay. Good stuff, good stuff. We still have plenty of barrier here as well, which is good. So here's the fun bit now. We lose one life, the whole life, but we're gaining life off the fruit basket, so who really cares? And now, all of our orbs will give us extra firepower and spirit, which is insane. I am still going to fire this one first though, because it gives vulnerable down. So now, check this. We use this one, and we gain more power for the rest of our stuff here. Which is awesome. This means this will do more damage now as well. Probably fine to take the... I'm just like, what do I even want to take here? Probably this one, because we'll get it buffed up as we go. And then more power and more power. So yeah, 63 barrier, kind of nuts. We do lose it at the end of the turn, but that's fine, because we have so many orbs generating here that we're just gonna do insane amounts of damage. So I don't think it is that big of a deal. Okay, so here's the thing. We got weakened once, right, for 2 turns, I guess. So the Gathering of Dark Emotions will do. I think it's only like per debuff. So like Gathering of Dark Emotion, it does an extra 6 afterwards. It's direct damage, so you can't graze it. It doesn't. It's not life loss though. So we're still totally fine on that aspect. This is very funny now with Edge of Fantasy. Because, oh, it actually says on the card there are currently, I've been counting the cards otherwise, but whatever. So now any of these that get exiled, I'm still going to get block off it at the end of the turn, which I think is highly amusing. So we'll do this one, because now we'll gain extra stuff off of that. Go ahead and do this one, to gain extra off of that. This does more, and we'll save one of these. The cool thing is it actually exiles the Glare as well now. That's usually a card that doesn't go away. Also, new cut-in for version 1.4.2. I like showing the new stuff when it happens. So, yeah. New effect on her there, which is pretty good. And that's unfortunately not the end of the game by itself, which is a shame, but it's fine. We have more than enough barrier, we just don't take damage here. This is the Reimu way, I suppose. Yep, boop. Good stuff. Okay, Tengu Wing means we can do whatever we want in the next act, which is pretty solid. And Sake Offering? Oh, Sake Offering kind of goes hard here as well. Yeah, because like upgrade this, it costs 0. You do gain life back too, which is pretty solid. And the temporary firepower is very good. Yeah, we'll take that. Do I even just straight upgrade that immediately? What else do I want? I want you, and you upgraded ideally. Yeah, I'm gonna straight upgrade it now because I think having it for 0 is insane. So yeah. Also means I can use it with a then will there be none and get more power for that too if we get access to it in the right turn. This is still, I would say, a pretty solid opening hand, if I do say so myself. Let's go this one, definitely, because then it reduces the cost of that, which is good. I want to see what Above the Realm gives me here as well, actually. Homing Amulet? If Reimu has temporary firepower, gain an extra mana is quite good. Because we will gain a temporary firepower off of the Sake offering. Yeah, seems fine. So we'll do that. Gain ourselves the firepower. Now, this one, do I want to use the Sakes first? I'm doing a lot of damage this turn. It's probably worth it. Yeah, we'll use them. 9 temporary firepower here is a lot, so work with that, and then go there. Gain ourselves extra mana as well. We do gain more mana for the boss fights with this too, which is pretty good. Here, 29. She's doing 12 by 3. I do need to defend a lot here. Yeah, let's grab that then. Go there, and then temporary firepower's on this turn, so instead of the block, I want to use this. Because I want as much damage as I can. I could have used a bomb there as well. I would have gotten more damage output from that, but I kind of didn't want to. This is one of the reasons why the Nimble Fabric is super good against Megumu. Her second turn is damage times 2, but it's not ungrazable, so we do still get a ton of benefit from that. So, yeah, this is a strong-ish looking hand here, because we get that, we get here, this can get played, we get some extra stuff off of that, and then I would love to Crossing the Border, but I need to use the damage output this turn, so we'll fire as much as we can. I think if I'm going to use the bomb, it's probably going to be on this turn, because it's a vulnerable hit. It's not going to do as much damage as it would have done last turn, so I still should have done it then. But to be fair, I think I would have clogged my hand up as well, so maybe it wasn't worth it last turn, I don't know. Oh, this is solid. Okay. Just got to work out exactly what I want to do with this hand, because I want the firepower, but I also don't want to discard half the stuff here, or like exile most of the stuff here. We have 8 mana though, which means I can probably use everything that I have. Yeah, that seems pretty good. So 7 firepower, go here, use Wandering Heaven to upgrade these, and then we can still use the Yin Yang Orbs as they are. We'll lose the other stuff in hand, but I don't think that's a big deal in the end here. And yeah, you can see just how much this firepower scaling matters too. The Flaunt card is actually really good. And yeah, obviously we defend a bit more. We didn't really need it this time, but it's still funny. These spirit losing cards are going to be a problem though. I have to be careful about that. Okay, so now we go this one for sure, this for sure, and then I think I'm gonna break some boundaries, see what we do with that. Graze doesn't matter here, unfortunately. Throwing knife stuff is kind of funny. Whenever a status card is drawn, draw a card is also pretty funny. I think Illusionist is pretty good here, just because the throwing knives are strong with what we're doing. And this is temporary firepower, which means we're going to lose it at the end of the turn. So yeah, let's just get Dangerous Illusionist. Add 3 throwing knives into the draw pile is pretty good, so that's fine. Do I want to use the drum in this fight? Do I need to use the drum in this fight? I'm already winning quite hard. No, we're going to save it. I'm already like super winning this fight anyway. I don't think I need to use the vulnerable here. So yeah, taking a bit on a border, but that is totally fine. This is annoying to draw because losing spirit is just a right pain. But honestly, we're not winning this exact turn, but we're getting pretty close. I don't know if I'm even worried about the spirit loss here. because we have so much damage output going on this turn. Use the orb first because of being angry, so we gain ourselves extra firepower here. And yeah, actually we might just win this turn. Yeah, we do just win this turn. Haha! Yep. Who cares about Spirit Loss if we are going ahead and just winning on that turn? Yeah, this deck is pretty good, not gonna lie. Alright, so we could get into blue because of Megumi saying we can get into blue mana, which is pretty solid. Blue Reimu is really, really good. Lakeside Dance would go incredible with this deck. Also, Astrologies let us dig deeper into the deck to begin with, so we can potentially get a huge benefit out of that, which is really solid. The Magatama is good, although we don't really have much of anything that triggers the bonus effect. It's just getting a rainbow is nice. The only reason this could go awkward is if we happen to pull Junko as the boss for the next fight. That would be a bit of a shame, because it would sort of annoy this a lot. And then the beautiful plate is fine, but I think our white mana pool is good enough at the moment, and honestly its effect is just nowhere near as good as these other two. I'm gonna go for the blue one. I think we're fine with the rest of it here, and again, Lakeside Dance would be ridiculous. Oh, that's a lot of bad stuff going on outside. Oh well. What do we want off of this? Anything? I mean, Expanding Border doesn't do a lot here. Apotheosis is like really strong, but we don't need it with Wandering Heaven being the thing, right? Like, I don't think it's actually that good. And Evil Exterminate is good as well, like especially if you upgrade it. Costs 1 of anything, which we could use here. Do double damage with your next 2 attacks is crazy good. It's worth considering. Is it good enough to justify in this deck though? Maybe. But our attacks inherently don't do that much damage individually. Like, I know that they like stack up to do a ton, but they don't really do much on their own. Like, we have 8 damage output stuffs, right? And I don't know, there's a couple that do reasonable damage, but most of them are like death by 1,000 cuts sort of hits. It'd be really good with Secret Border. I think I'm gonna skip. You could easily take Evil Exterminate, and it's probably a very good card here. Oh, it actually is Junko too. I think since the last time I played on a video, Junko has been updated. She was part of the like 1.4.0 thing, but I don't think I pulled her in that fight. Maybe I did. I haven't looked at the video in a while, I'll be honest. I don't normally like taking the shot before seeing what the trade option is. But I think I still want to take this because I really want the event. So, and I do still like, oh boy, do still want card upgrades. This could be a problem because the Lovesick Girl is tough as for the starting bit here. On Lunatic, she has 5 Lingering Regrets, which means she will take no damage until you at least use 1 of these. This could be nasty, we'll see. Edge of Fantasy is a really good opener though, because it does sort of mitigate a lot of her damage output, so that's strong. And the fact that we have the Astrologies, of course, is pretty good as well. So let's see what we can get off of them. Probably don't even want any of those in the first cycle here. And we'll see here. I mean, we don't remove this one because Replenish is a thing. Do I want to just keep the Wandering Heaven? I could do. And then this is our block. Oh, we have Grace next turn. We don't need a block plan for next turn. Yeah, let's do it, because I think I can get more out of it if I do things this way. So we're going to use this. Secret Border is good. Lunatic Dream got a new artwork as well, and it's absolutely intense. I love this art. Taking the border is pretty good. Until it leaves the hand. Yeah, we'll take it. And then go Balanced Orb, Wandering Heaven, and use the thing so we get at least a tiny bit of damage output here. I should have probably used Secret Border before using Wandering Heaven, because then I would have upgraded the Orb as well. We'll take the block one. And then that's it for this turn. Don't need anything else, so we'll gain our free barrier. Now, we do have Graze. We have a lot of good stuff here, actually. Let's do Free Fly and double up here. That's pretty much all I need to do. I guess I'll shoot because it does a little bit of damage here. And now we're totally fine. So we've got 2 more regrets to draw. We have actually drawn them really early too. This is very helpful. It's a shame I can't use Crossing the Border in the same turn with it here, because I would love to show the... I think maybe I've shown it before? I would love to show the secret ending to this fight, if you will. But I don't have access to it this turn, because I don't have enough mana to spend on the regret, the love letter again. So... unfortunate, we're just going to have to make do with what we have, and I guess we can start chipping away, right? There's not really much of a reason not to. Yeah, we'll just start hitting. Oh, I should have done Binding Border first, because I could have done more damage that way. Oh well. Mistakes were made, it's fine. If I did Binding Border first, I would have done an extra, like, what, 8 damage? So, yeah, mistakes were made. It's fine. Let's get ourselves the mana, do this one into Punchy Punch. It's not quite as good when you don't have Yin Yang Rune available, right? But it's still pretty strong. I didn't need to use Celestial Flight this turn, I just wanted to. Do I even need to do... I don't need to do the other orbs, so we'll just block with that. So now it's just a case of KOing her before the time runs out, right? Which is the current problem. Oh, we do get to show the finale, the secret ending here. Okay, cool. Let's do that then. So we'll go Crossing the Border, we'll get a love letter, because now she's already removed all of her lingering regrets, right? Because we've used all 5 of them. What happens if we use a 6th one? Well, she ends up with a Fluttering Heart. She'll take more damage, but if you've noticed, she actually changes her thing here, so now she's going to use a spell card. Whoa, it's going to be dangerous, right? But yeah, we can literally just like end the turn, and it'll be fine. But we'll just show, yeah, she takes a bit more damage, which is fair enough. We're not actually going to be able to KO her here anyway, even if we wanted to, but that is completely fine. And her turn comes around, my wish has finally come true. And she just disappears. You don't get money for it from KOing her. Or no, not true. You don't get power and points from it. What you do get though is the love letter, which is an exhibit to just give you extra life. It's only 1 life, but it's very cute nonetheless. You get a little bit of money from the fight still. Yeah, you just don't get points for it, but like, who cares about that? Cleansing Exorcism, you say. Great Tengu's Decree is a decent card, but all the enemies we're going to be going against now, all the bosses at least, will cleanse this effect, so it's not really too great. Cleansing Exorcism is interesting at the very least. Ward is not a thing you normally see, but the thing is, I don't like taking this card. I'm okay with generating it, but I don't really like actually taking the card, because I don't think the card is that good. These, on the other hand, man, if you put one of these in the other pool, I would have been absolutely over the moon with it. I kind of want all of these, I'll be honest. Edge of Fantasy does super well when stacked together. Play with Water, of course, is just a consistency card that works super well with our mana pool here. And obviously Secret Border being more generation stuff, we know how good that is. We've been using it the entire time. I'm gonna just take the Edge of Fantasy here, I think, because 6 block is just really good per thing here. And we're gonna skip this one. I really don't need those cards. Alright, so now we can go... Oh, I guess I could just go... I've got the Tengu wings, so we can just kind of go where we want, right? Ooh, this is a very interesting opener here. Oh, this is spooky. Okay, there are two very funny ways this can go. Alright, how many cards do I still need upgraded? Because I'm gonna have to burn like 2 upgrade effects here. I want this one. Honestly, I want like 2, right? This I would love to upgrade, but it's not a necessary one. Okay, so the reason this is a debate in the first place, we can delete a card if we get Breath of the Whale. I'm not a super huge fan of this one, but maybe it would be okay here because we do gain extra mana at the start of our thing with the Black Lotus. So like maybe we could make it work. It would suck if it removed a white mana and we really needed that though. So not a massive fan of Breath of the Whale. Getting the card delete was kind of interesting though. The exhibit is the Ibuki gold, which we are never going to be able to use. So, although adding a Tipsy to the hand, it did get upgraded from the original thing. So, like, we start with another generated card. Does that mean we start with a full hand at this point? We get 6 and then 2 things. We have 9 cards in the opening hand at that point, which is very funny. But the real one is this, right? You gain 800 Mons, and you then have 2 of these in the deck, which we can remove one of them from the next shop, but it's very silly. We could maybe avoid fights until we get the next one. What's the... Yeah, using the Tengu wing, we could actually just avoid doing fights entirely until we get rid of this. Right, because we go 1 event here, and that gets us to this. Then we have this one, use the Tengu wing, go there. We basically just get to ignore all the battle stuff. It's kind of boring though, right? Not doing any of the fights here, and I do want to show off the new ones that are in this this thing. But it's so debilitating. If you actually draw this, it's like you can only play 3 cards in that turn, which is utterly devastating. And yeah, it's not great. It's so funny though, and it means we could take 2 shops, which is pretty good in its own right. Yeah, I don't recommend doing this, but I'm gonna do it because of the specific circumstances here. It's very funny. What's wrong, Suika? You've been giving me that smug look since I entered. This blackout in 1 cup issuing me a challenge, huh? Yeah, don't ever challenge Suika to a drinking contest. Like, come on. It's so silly, right? Trying to raise a pet whale. Depth charge! One fun thing here actually, because they are adding cards to our deck, we technically get to use the fruit basket to increase our life here as well. So, I don't know what message that is sending to the kids. I definitely don't approve of it, but we win 800 money for that. 12-12 on that thing. Very silly. Okay, so obviously we do not want to do the next fight immediately, because we want to get rid of at least one of these. Ah, this is also kind of annoying. But it's not too bad, actually. We don't have any life to heal, but we can lose the 14 here and gain the extra mana generation. That's fine. It's a decent enough... like, we gain a life off of it, too. It's not the end of the world. Right. This is the other unfortunate thing that might happen, is you just might not have anything in the shop that's worth buying. You know? I think Just the Knife, honestly, is probably going to come in here solely because it is a bit more of a damage upgrade to our basic stuff. I don't think it's necessary by any means, but, you know. Thankfully, these are removable, so we can actually delete that too. Very funny that we have the Tipsies from the Sake offering in our deck as well when we get that. The Dowsing Rod is way too expensive, to be honest, but then again, I can understand why. At Gaps, you can, instead of upgrading, you can fish for exhibits as well. These sorts of things are probably good if you have requests on, but I don't because I dislike those. So, yeah. Otherwise, yeah, there's not a lot here that I want. I guess we could take the knife. I'm wondering if it's going to cost me later on doing that. I could take another tambourine, to be honest, because vulnerable works so well with our stuff here. That's probably fine. If I'm going to another shop anyway, I can probably do better than this. It's just... I don't know, it's like... It's probably fine. Right? It's like, okay. I don't know. It's kind of just like using it for the sake of using it. Nah, I'm gonna hold out for better. The bottle is actually like okay as well, because you gain life and power back at the end of combats. Recharges when you visit. You know what? Actually, that's probably the better pick. We'll take that, because I could do with the life recovery after medicine stole 14 off me, right? So here we can trade. Crossing the border is one I do kind of like. Oh, dichromatic is so good though. Okay, this is what I like about Reimu B in particular. She's just like ability dot deck. It doesn't generally matter. Once you get a critical mass of them, it's like whatever abilities you get are usually really, really good. Even Sanae can kind of just get dumpstered by them if you just have enough of the right ones. Dichromatic Lotus Butterfly is ridiculous, because every time we get block off of our orbs, we do extra damage as well. So I am going to outright purchase that, I think, because we have more than enough money. We got drunk enough, that's what we got it for. So yeah, we get that, which is really good. And then next up, we want to take the events. Oh, that is lovely. Okay, thank you very much, Hina. Shame that I did take away one of the other bits of it, but that's fine. This can happen when you have misfortunes in Acts 2, especially Acts 2 and 3. It does happen sometimes in Act 1 as well. If you have misfortunes that can be removed, you can actually find the Hina event to delete them, which is really good. If you have misfortune synergies, however, you can actually go ahead. It's very funny, it would be another drunk here, but you can actually go ahead and take a misfortune off her. I wouldn't recommend it, but there are curse decks that you can use, which is very fun. So yeah, it would have deleted both drunks if we had both, but I don't regret removing the card there. Today has been bad enough already, indeed. Right, so now we can just take the fight then. We don't actually have to use the wing otherwise. I'm going to use the wing to take an elite, that's for sure. But yeah, we can just take the fight now. Ah, this is a horrible fight to find though. I mean, talk about the whole like free card thing from before. This is just like if but worse. It's a shame, because obviously if I knew Hina was coming up, then I would have used the upgrade to get this upgraded. But you can't know that in advance. Anyway, yeah, this fight sucks. There's no better way to put it. This fight is just terrible. I think we can play the vast majority of these cards out this turn outside of Edge of Fantasy. So it should be fine. We have a lot of firepower coming off of this, which I do like. So I'm probably just gonna blast that this turn. Like, I don't really see a reason not to. I'm just thinking whether or not I want to do it before or after I generate an orb. I think we do it before, because I'm probably using the bomb here, is the bit that I'm looking at. Alright, let's see what we can draw. Secret Border is exactly what I want to see. Wandering Heaven is also pretty interesting here. Like, being able to upgrade the rest of the stuff here is pretty good. I'm just wondering if it's worth the mana play here. Like, because I have to use the other astrology this turn anyway. I'm just like, do I want to dig deeper? I guess we'll find out. What do we get? Sake Offering. Oh, Sake Offering also kind of goes hard here. Because we get access to even more firepower. We could have 17 extra firepower this turn, which might just be enough to full blitz everything. 17 extra firepower means that our Secret Border does 37, and then the bomb does 27. So that is enough to KO both of these two. Means we'll have 10 poison on us, but if we can knock you out as well, then I'm not really too worried about that. Let's try it then. Because we also get some life back here as well, which is pretty solid. So we'll do that. Go there, go there. I want to use this first, so that this costs less. So we are still kind of conscious about that here. Use this. We need... I think we have lethal in hand, actually, from there, so that's pretty good. Don't even need to use this, because, yeah, 25-25, we actually have it, so... No reason to... Like, we could have maybe gotten something that would permanently give us life gain or something off of breaking boundaries, but there's no reason to use it if we don't have to. This is a relatively new card for Reimu. It actually got changed a little bit in the most recent update. It used to not give power because you had to exile an ability specifically. Now you can exile any card in the hand and gain power for it, and if you exile an ability, it gains life as well. Not a super huge fan of the card, to be honest, but it kind of works for Reimu, I suppose, and it's got a very funny, like, it's memed a lot in the Discord, because this art is very, very meme-worthy, obviously. Yeah, I don't overly love it, to be honest with you, but it is cute nonetheless. This also got an artwork change. I think this is getting the color, like it's not in color at the moment, but it's going to get color to it in the next update. So that's pretty cool, because we've seen on the Discord, we've seen a preview of the full color art of this. Very, very lovely card, actually. Here, it's pretty solid. It's a draw 3 for 1 mana, right? So, even though, the funny thing is, most of the time when I have draw cards like this, I want to draw abilities and skills and stuff, so this part doesn't really matter, but it's a draw 3 for 1 mana, like, I'm probably still taking that. This, on the other hand, I don't love. The Great Hakurei Barrier is good, but most of our stuff is barrier generating anyway, and the block that we have is perfectly fine. I'm going to skip that one. And then here, I want to see what is in the next shop, to be honest. It is going to be fine. Hakurei Illusion is also busted. Whenever a card that isn't a needle is exiled, add a needle to the hand that temporarily costs 0. Yep. That is absolutely busted. There's a couple other really good things in here as well. This is why taking the Drunks was actually fine enough. The Lunar Veil gives you Flawless on the first turn, so you take no, like basically no damage. You will still take barrier damage and whatnot. Block and barrier still get hit for full, but if you were to lose life, you can never lose more than 1 per hit, which is really strong. So, like, definitely this is getting taken. The Amulet is just really good as well, because it means you can negate the first debuff that you would take. This is absolutely essential to a safe Sager fight. So, this for sure. The Dango is also kind of interesting. Gain life and firepower at the end of each combat. Not really good enough at this stage of the game, but certainly an intriguing one to have. We want to upgrade the Edge of Fantasy. Another cool thing about Dichromatic is that it doesn't, like the C in the other bit here, Dichromatic Lotus Butterfly doesn't actually need to be upgraded. It does 9 instead of 7, which is fine, but it doesn't actually cost less. So, yeah, this card is totally fine being non-upgraded as well. It's nice to have options like that and Yin Yang Rune, and even technically this, the upgrade to this removes Ethereal from it. So you don't have to play it the turn you draw it, which is strong, don't get me wrong, but it's not necessarily, you know, needed. Also, love the flavor text here as well. Transformation Jutsu, Hedgehog, because you are just, yeah, like being very, very prickly on the bit there. Yeah, I want this, 100%. And I have enough still that I can get the Lunar Veil as well, so we'll do that. The only question from here is, do I want anything else? Ascension Kick is good, but it is mostly good with an upgrade because it costs 0 at that point. I don't know if I really want it in this run. I think I'm going to save the rest of the money and we're going to just go for an Act 4 shop and see what we get from there. Alright, second proc of the Tengu Wing. we're going to fight Reimu herself here, right? Because of the Shiki stuff. Shiki does have new animations as well. Like I think Doremi also has animation stuff now that she didn't have before. So there's plenty of new stuff that way. Reimu has had a change since I think version 1.4.0. I don't know if I showed this one. She summons her orbs like more often now, but her orbs have less HP as the sort of trade-off for it. It's a bit weird trade-off to be fair, but it's there. It's kind of neat, I suppose, if you are into that sort of thing. Alright, let's see what we can get. Firepower, I probably should have used balanced orbs as well, actually, but whatever. We'll gain 7 firepower for that, is totally fine. I might have to start using the tambourines, actually. But you only get like 2. I want to save them for Seidra and Junko, so I think it's okay at the moment. Generate the orbs for sure. And then we'll go these ones, see what... Oh, Hakure Illusion. Do I have enough mana to use that still? Yeah, let's do it. I don't really care for those. Then we have this. Edge of Fantasy is pretty good. I don't know if I have enough mana to use Edge in this turn as well. I don't think I do. So we want to use this. Because now every one of these that we exile, we're just going to get a ton off of. I'm kind of committing that I'm fine losing the 1 life this turn. So, like, I'm totally okay with that. Mostly just need to... I need to use, like, more stuff than I have access to here, I guess. It's just working out which one I want to use. And the answer is probably Secret Border. I have 2 uses of this. I really should just use it. So I will. And then we're gonna go Secret Border. Gonna grab this one for next turn, and then smack you with that. And I guess that's gonna be it for the first turn. And we get needles for the things that got exiled by Flan. Oh no, I took 1 damage. What am I gonna do? My hand is too full. Oh no, what am I gonna do? Is this just ability dot turn? I mean, it could be. We're taking, so the Graze is gonna remove that and 1 hit from here. So we're taking 18 and 19 this turn. That is an awful lot, to be fair. But I have the orb down here that I could use. Okay. We are going to Yin Yang Rune, for sure. I am going to Dichromatic here, I think, because we can do a lot of damage this turn with this. Unfortunately, didn't get to put Edge of Fantasy in play as well, because otherwise that would go absolutely ridiculous here. But this will still be good enough. We're going to go Sake Offering. And we don't get the needle because we have a full hand. That is totally fine. Going to get the needles off of this instead. And then go 1 into here. Do some extra damage as well. I think I need to just burn the needles. Because I want to use... Oh no, we can do it this way. So do that. And then get that going. Now these do 30, so we can just one-shot both of these. And now our Graze is instead taking away 2 of the pings from here, which is pretty good. And also, we just have so much damage output with the Vulnerable that we're just going to wipe out Shiki here as well. So now we take no damage because we've removed so many of the damage sources from play. Use this to gain some more stuff, and use the needles to punch into that. There we go. Still have some barrier there as well, which is good. And then from here, I mean, we basically just win. But do I even need to use Edge of Fantasy? I kind of want to. Yeah, we will. And we'll go Wandering Heaven, gets us the reduction on those. Crossing the Border can get us back the the skill here. And then we're just going to start using our orbs so we can generate space. And you can see how much the damage stacking is just coming up now. Like, we're gaining so much extra output off of our Edge of Fantasy as well. This is just utterly ludicrous. Like, we could go so much further if we had the capability to, but, you know. Oh no, my enemy died before I could do all of my fun stuff. What are we going to do? Magic Guidebook, kind of fun, and it's one of random neutral res. This is also something you can trade to Kozuzu if you get access to it, so that's kind of neat. Let's see what the actual reward is first. Another Celestial Flight. I mean, again, receive guidance, funny, but not particularly good. I mean, it's mana generation is kind of neat. Let's see what this is then. We can skip this if we don't want it as well. Marble Phantasm is what Revive the Saint used to be. I think I take that, actually. Choose around, like, you've got to pay, like, 5 mana for the thing, but it's like, if I pay 4 mana, I could get access to Faithful Meditation. That's the one card that I haven't got yet that I really, really want, so... Also, I'm sure this is a reference to something, I don't actually know, but, I mean, I guess it's like directly referencing in-game. It's like, take Tale of the Bamboo Cutter for L7. There's your win, right? This is just what you want. You play teammate Cherno, you have the Podidudonge, and you take Tail so that you just keep generating more and more mana off it, right? It's like, this is so easy. You play Cherno B and you win, right? Yeah, I'm probably taking too many cards at this point, but I think it's fine. Do I want it? Nah, not really. I mean, the more cards I take, the more life I gain as well, right? So that certainly is something. Sunflower is interesting. Dream Diary is another thing that you can use to trade in with Kozuzu as well. It's okay, but I think we still do like to have some defense cards played here, so I don't think I really want it, although it is certainly an interesting card. The Sunflower gives me extra mana on certain turns, so we will just take it because it's worth it, right? Certainly is a fine effect to have access to. And now, let's go... We have one use of the Tengu Wing left, right? We also have one use of that. Yeah, one use of the Tengu Wings. So let's go for the combat first. Yo, we get to show them. Hey, the food on the shrine summon is great. Okay, so this is the Tanuki fight. It's pretty neat. So the Tanukis, like, they transform into Kaneko Sawako separately. Sawako used to be like even more annoying than she is now. Sawako basically jinxes your cards, right? She'll apply a buff at the end of her first turn, which will then transform one of your cards into a frog at the start of your turn, and basically render it completely unusable for the fight. Very irritating. She used to do that on Lunatic. She got day 1 patched to not do this anymore, but she used to start with that buff, which means that she would jinx one of your opening cards as well. Very stupid. Kaneko, on the other hand, will summon the Divine Spirits over here, which doesn't really make sense, but whatever. There's 2 of them, we get 1 access here. Does not trigger death effects, unfortunately. If you actually come across these as a regular thing, they will give you money or max life when you KO them. I think they're supposed to be like relatively powerful in comparison to standard enemies. They're kind of like the opposite of the Vengeful Spirits, right? Where they have a lot of health actually because of the barrier too. They do a reasonable amount of damage and whatnot, but they give you rewards instead of exploding in your face when you KO them. So that's the thing. Ritual of Exorcism still KOs them, by the way, if you are a white-black hybrid. So there is that. Yeah, so these will show up in other fights as well. There's a couple of them. I think instead of the Vengeful Spirits, you actually start seeing the Divine ones in here instead now. Anyway, enough preambling. Let's get to blocking and stuff here. So I think I want to see what this gives first. Secret border, perfect. Okay, that is what I like to see. That then means... do I fish for... Yeah, I think so. Let's fish for... Oh, Yin Yang Rune is really good too. Probably using that at some point this turn. There we go here. The other secret border is really good. I don't even think I need Dichromatic in this fight, although it would be pretty strong still. Right, so let's figure this one out then. How much can we do? I want to do more than I have access to. I do not have enough white mana, unfortunately, to do all of what I wanted. Did I spend one on... Ah, that's unfortunate. I should have paid more attention. Spent the black mana on this instead. Because we could have done Rune and Binding and, like, spammed out everything here. But because I'm a dodo and didn't do it properly, we're not going to get access to that. Oh, well. How many cards do I got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So if I use these, then I can generate enough and still have things available, which is good. So, yeah, how do we want to do this then? We go... I really want to use Yin Yang Rune, because the fire power-up is so nice here. But I also want Vulnerable on Suako. Yeah, real shame I didn't do this properly, right? If this was the white mana instead, we would have been in a very good spot here. I think it's still fine, though. We're gonna go... Rune... And then... fire off the 2 borders here. So we want to do... not the 2 mana one. We want to spend 1 mana on this. And here. Now we can fire off these. Do as much damage as we can. Grab that. It might get hexed, but we'll grab it. And then here. Grab that, I suppose. And yeah, that is the turn. So even if we were to take damage this turn, we would be unflawless. So let's see if I use this skill right. Ribbit! It transformed one of my Yin Yang orbs. Dang. I mean, it was it one of the 2-cost ones? I think it was one of the 1-cost ones. So that's kind of annoying, but whatever. Yeah, so she transforms your stuff, and it's a pain in the butt. What can I say? We have Graze this turn, so we're not really going to take any damage, which is good. Might want to just Dichromatic anyway, though. I don't want this fight to go on for too long, but this is still pretty solid. So do that, and then go here. Takes out the orb, or not the orb, but the other bit. Yeah, we get more for that too, which is pretty good. And then I'm gonna just use this one. Gain some extra power off of that, and go from there. Probably could have done it the other way around and gotten more damage off of the AoE one. My bad, but that's fine. Ribbit. So yeah, the Celestial Flight goes away. That's a shame, because that would have been really powerful here, but whatever. I mean, Taiko Drum is really good, so we're still going to get some good benefits off of this one. And if we go there, get some extra damage there. Bit of a shame it hit that, actually, because that's kind of useless. What else do we want to do? Wandering Heaven, I guess. Probably fine. Yep. And then go Taiko. So we knock out that one. Now our stuff doesn't unhex, but it will no longer be hexable, which is good. Let's go Breaking Boundaries. See what we can get off of that. We don't need to gain life, so that's fine. Reflection? Does that even do anything? I mean, it does do something here, yeah. Sure. Sure, we'll do that one. Haha! And now when she attacks this turn, she's going to take that amount of damage back and she's going to knock herself out. Fool. Same with you. Actually, no, it's just the first one that gets hit, isn't it? So he knocks himself out. What an idiot. Alright, whatever. Just do the thing, because we have it. It's very funny, so that's why we will. And there you go. That's the new enemies that were introduced in 1.4.2. Upgraded Wonder in Heaven, that is worth taking. Upgrade. Oh no, I want like all of these. Balanced Orbs is of course ridiculous. We've seen how good Secret Border is when we have enough of it. The Wall is surprisingly good as well, despite the expensive nature of it. Especially if you upgrade it and reduce all damage you take by 3 every time you take a hit. That's multi-hits basically nullified, which is kind of insane. Oh, yeah, really good options. This, by the way, is why I have a hard time keeping small deck sizes, because I just want all of the things. Oh, it's probably gotta be Balanced Orbs. Yeah. It's such a nuisance sometimes that it's just the way that I play the game, I guess. Alright, this fight still exists. There's a new thing here that will show you when this actually has taken effect, so I guess that's kind of cool. It's not really too big of a deal here, but I guess we'll see it as soon as the first hit happens here. Yeah, so we're going to do this, and then it's going to trigger, we'll take the 1 damage, and it's like, now this has already occurred and will be refreshed the next time Crow Tengu acts. So, neat. Alright, so now we can gain 8 firepower, gain 8, feel great. That's not how the sentence goes, but that's how we're going to take it. Then we'll go Celestial into Illusion. I do have just enough to do Yin Yang Rune as well. So do that, and then go Rune into this. Edge of Fantasy would be really good, but I can't afford to have it anymore. Let's just see what else we can do. Like, these are going to go away anyway, so I might as well see if there's any good stuff I can get. And Free Fly does count as a good thing I can get, so that's fine. And then we'll go... probably just use the... I'm going to take 1, right? Do I need to use these first? Arguably no, but I think I will. And the reason I will is because I kind of want rid of these now, and I mean, it almost KOs her outright, actually, which is kind of insane. Actually does KO her outright. I'm 22, right, yeah. That is how it be. Yeah, and that means that she can't put Greys on now, so we have more than enough stuff to justify this, and suddenly this whole fight is just kind of already done, right? I guess we'll do this one first. Yeah, we're also in the turns where the Sunflower has given us mana here as well, which is kind of neat. So, I suppose it's not really that important for this fight, but still. Punchy Punch. And do this one, just to gain the life back. Go here. Go Punchy Punch. That's exact lethal. And we still had so much play to go there as well. Really love this this style of deck. None of these are good enough. Duplex Barrier is fine, but like we're already very high on card total stuff here, so like they're good, but I'm not taking them. Same here. If I could replace this with my other binding border with this one, then I would. But I think I'm just fine. We'll save it. 341. Nah, I'm still just gonna go for the upgrade here, I think. And we will upgrade. It's got to be this one at this point. Get rid of that. It refreshes the bottle too, just in case we need life at the end of this elite here, so I suppose that's cool. Clown Piece has got new animations, as you can see. I don't remember, I'm pretty sure we fought her in the last one. She was changed in like version 1.4.0. She has less health, but she has 100 barrier to start with now, so that's a bit of a change. let's go ahead and use this Marble Phantasm first here. We'll spend 4 X plus 1, so we need to spend 1 white to use the thing, and then 3 extra mana gives you 4 cost cards. No Faithful Meditation. Okay, that's unfortunate, but we do get Edge of Fantasy. That's good enough, to be honest. This is still a good card to see, so I'm okay with that. And now, let's see what we can find with this. 3 gods just to draw more cards. Seems pretty good. We'll see Balanced Orb. Edge of Fantasy again is also potentially a thing. So these are the cards I'm going to draw off of the 3 gods. So I think I'm okay without Edge of Fantasy again here. So draw those. Yin Yang Rune is ideal. So that's good. We don't need to keep any more use. We can just use this because we've only got 3 battles left anyway. So we might as well just use it now in order to get extra stuff off it. Now the problem is I have too many cards in hand for what I want to do, right? Because I want to upgrade all of the Yin Yang Orbs with a Wandering Heaven. But I also want to upgrade the Sake Offering with it too. And I have too many cards for that to happen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we can use this, but then I need to use other cards to make space, is the thing. I guess I just do a shoot for 10 then. Because I can use one of these. It's a weird situation to be in where you've actually got like too many cards, right? I guess the thing is I could use a Wandering Heaven and then use another one. I could use both of them in the turn, which is fine. It's just like it's expensive, but maybe it's okay. I suppose. Yeah, because I have enough mana for it. So we'll do that. Upgrade again. Do that. And now we have all of our stuff ready for basically for next turn. Fire that one off. See, the thing is I'm going to overdraw as well, which is the other thing here. Is like, if I keep all of this available, I'm just going to draw too much, but I really want it all to just absolutely explode the next turn. But I do kind of need to make space. Yeah. We'll make some room. We'll only have the 4 things there because we've got like so much extra firepower next turn. 2 blacks and a regular. Okay. Oh, this is gonna go so hard. Alright. This is very amusing as far as turn stuff goes. Edge of Fantasy again is really good. We still have enough mana to do Dichromatic, which is really good. And then we have so much firepower here. And then go here. Go here. Get extra firepower spirit as we go. So just look at how much extra stuff we have here. This is so obnoxious for them to deal with. But I mean, they're enemies, I don't really care, right? I don't think I want to use a bomb in this fight, I'll be real. I think I could save it at this stage. So we'll just do that, and then... I mean, I could just knock her out. Do I even need to? No. No, I don't. We'll just leave it. I don't care. What are you gonna do about it? Like, I don't even lose my barrier here, so why do I care? Lunacy got a new artwork as well, actually, as one thing. I don't, again, if I haven't shown, I'm sure I showed this fight changed in the last video, but just in case I didn't, Lunacy is a new thing that Junko and Clown Piece can do to you, so we'll see it in the Junko fight, probably, as well. At the end of your turn, if there are 4 lunacies in the hand, draw discard pile, you exile all of them and lose 20 life. Like, that goes through barriers and everything as well. They cost 2 to play, so they're not really that bad to get rid of, but you do have to keep them in mind, I suppose. Right. Yeah, because these guys are all, like, giving us mana as well. We have so much extra to play with here. Huh. Let's go ahead and, well, we don't have enough firepower yet, right? I mean, we don't have any at the moment, but we don't have enough stuff that way yet, right? So let's just get more, gain ourselves another secret border. Why not? We will fire the first one. And see, this orb is pretty good. Let's actually start getting more power for our stuff then with that. So go there, go in with you, get more temporary firepower and stuff here, and then do this one. Dichromatic takes that one out. It's a bit unfortunate, but nobody really cares. Do this one, take out the other one. And, I mean, sure, we'll just do it again, right? I want to see what this gives first, actually. Borrow materials, sure. Might as well. There's not much else I want to do here. Have that for next turn. That, and then I can't use that this turn. Oh no, I mean, whatever, right? Just really doesn't get to do much of anything with it here. It's like, oh no, I've lost 2 mana for this turn anyway. Just do that, get some more stuff off it as well. You see just how quickly this stacks up too. Like, oh man, more mana! Get the illusion. I could have done the illusion first, but like, we could play this turn however badly we want to and we're still going to be totally fine. So it is like embarrassment of riches. Tengu's Clog, extra firepower. Don't mind if I do with a deck that loves its firepower. As much as I love Wandering Heaven, I don't think I need a third one, so we're going to just skip that, I think. And use our upgrade, grab... crossing the border. I mean, this gives me more options to try and get more chances at Faithful Meditation. So I'm going to do that because it's 1 of 5 at this point. On to Junko! Again, don't know if I've actually shown the fight since before. She has a new cut-in, by the way, so that's pretty good. Starts with 5 Pure Radiance in your discard pile. One of the other reasons to have a large deck size, I suppose, sometimes, is that can be a thing. Right. So, the core idea of her fight is still the same. Whenever you play a card, she purifies your mana, which means that the highest amount that you have in your hand, that one gets, one of those turns into a colorless. The way around that has traditionally been to have Philosopher's Mana, because the Rainbow Mana is the one that she can't remove. But the catch with that is she now actually has a anger meter down here, which will increase her stats and do some other sometimes dangerous stuff when you generate Philosopher's Mana, which means that once you have 1, she will gain firepower on this side as well. If we see Free Fly, we will actually see that in action. Have to see how that goes. So many cards we start? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 to start with. Let's just use this one first then. Secret Border is good. I think I want to see what the Phantasm gives me here. So do that. Marble Phantasm. Disintegrating... Oh, there it is. Faithful Meditation. Perfect, perfect, perfect. So now we have that. It doesn't cost any mana this turn, so I'm going to go Wandering Heaven whilst I still have the white mana for it. To upgrade everything that's in the hand. Just making sure that's what I want to do here. Yeah, because even though, like, we don't need this upgraded immediately, but what it does now is it gives me a second Yin Yang Orb for doing so. So now all of our stuff is going to be upgraded every time we generate it. That's what I've been hoping for this entire run, but we just haven't found it yet, so kind of whatever. From here, we can do pretty much whatever we want, really. Go above the realm. Spread Amulet is kind of interesting. Dragon Slaying Circle is kind of good here as well, though. Dragon Slaying is probably the better one because it applies 2 weaken vulnerable when you upgrade it. Yeah, we'll take that. So we can do that. Weakens her down a little bit as well, which is pretty good. We don't have any colored mana left at this point, but that is totally fine. Let's go crossing the border for this one. And use that again. 4 of a kind, interesting, but not really too relevant here. I mean, I guess it's fine though. But probably best to have Descendant here. Because this does extra damage. Cards cost 1 less this turn, which now means I can use most of the other stuff in the hand as well. Just get to use these for free, which is really good. Do I want to use these now, or do I save them for later? I think I want to use them now. Because we have the vulnerable on this turn. She's doing 32. I would take damage off of it, but not much, right? No, she's doing 24, not 32. She was doing 36, but the weaken takes it to 24. I can block it with this, is the thing. And I guess it's probably fine. We'll just do it. Rest of it's okay. We'll keep the Scries, because I can use them next turn. I might have wanted to use them, but at the same time, I don't have mana, so, like, what's the point? Or this is where it gets spicy, right? Okay, so now her second turn is 7 times 3 instead. She did, like, an ungrazable, what, like, 25 by 2, was it, or something? I don't remember exactly how much she did. She did a reasonable amount. But now it's a 7 die 3, but she also puts Lunacies in your deck. That's what the status one is here. Then next turn she's going to do a spell card effect. Okay. Very curious turn to play out. One of the weird things about this fight at the moment really is just mana cost is kind of weird, right? Because of the Purifier is kind of annoying that way. But I really do want to use this. It's very funny. Yeah, let's do it. She's going to purify the red. She purified the white, which means I can use this still. I guess the only thing is she going to purify the white or the blue? I don't want to take the risk, I think. I'm just going to use this now. And from here, we can use all of the relevant cards. So we do that, they get pre-upgraded, now they don't cost anything, which is good. We do that, they get pre-upgraded. So now we have 5 firepower from those as well, which is very, very strong. I guess I could see, because these are going away anyway. See if I can get anything else that's useful. This is probably fine. Yeah, because that's good. Gainer sells extra mana. The white gets purified, that's okay. Breaking Boundaries was never getting used this turn anyway. Free Fly is fine. I don't think I want that the turn after. Yeah, because then I get to show what she does when we have that. Right, so yeah, we'll do that. And now, we take over the world. Yeah, this is still going to be super good. Go both of these, have a ton of damage with a vulnerable. Is she even going to survive this turn? I hope so, because, like, yeah. I don't know if she even lives this turn, to be honest, because of everything that we have here. No, she does, it's fine. Let's go there, do that for a ton more damage, get that as well. I mean, I could weaken her as well. I suppose I would take, what, like 30 less damage or whatever. You know what? Maybe it's a flex. I ain't even gonna use my bomb. I don't care. Who needs it? So here's a new attack. It's based on the tricolor card, at least as far as the stuff with it goes. And now, you see, we have 1 rainbow mana generated, Impurity level severe. Junko gains firepower, and the action Refinement of Earth Impurities becomes more powerful. So, yeah. The other thing we're not going to get to see, I guess this is her actual spell card now. The other thing we're not going to get to see in this fight, because she's going to die this turn, I'm pretty sure, is she also, once the spell card gets played, she gains a buff, which then makes you lose a life every time that your mana gets purified. So that can also be kind of dangerous as well. It's kind of similar to who's the one who's got? I mean, obviously Sage is the major one, but it's kind of similar to the effect that Yuko has, where it's like she just shaves your life down as you go along. But it really is closest to Sager because damage over time, right? Anyway, yeah, I'm just like flapping my gums, doing nothing with it here. We really don't need to worry too much about this one, I don't think, because we are basically already done with this here. Also, yeah, the needles get upgraded with Hakurai Illusion as well. It is kind of, with Faithful Meditation, it is kind of cracked, so yeah, it's obviously really powerful and is the end of the game, so we will just take her out with what we have here. Yeah, that is the Junko fight in a nutshell. It's supposedly very good against Marissa, but Marissa's potion damage is so crazy that it doesn't really matter here. We don't get the one that I want off of this, unfortunately. It's funny that we get a rainbow one here, actually. I was hoping to see the Luna Sake because it would have been amazing. I still have not had a run with the old Luna Sake as an exhibit here, but oh well. So yeah, we could get the Philosopher's Stone is good. I think the Stone of Arjur is totally fine, gaining an extra 2 firepower. Like, we get the Refracted Sunlight is kind of a pain, but it's really not that bad. It doesn't even come into play until the deck gets shuffled anyway. And realistically, the Miracle Mallet, yes, we do have the mana for it here, but I don't think it's worth it to pay for basic cards with that. We don't have them upgraded at a base level, so there's only 1 mana that we can pay for it that would matter. Stone of Arjur is fine. There it is, finally, at the very end of the game, Faithful Meditation. We're going to get that upgraded immediately. It starts in our opening hand, and it is going to be insane. Okay, Instant Dimensional Rift is also really good, actually. That's another one that's worth... See, this is what I mean about Reimu just having, like, busted ability stuff, right? This one mostly works with Yin Yang Rune as the main thing. We don't really have a ton that immediately gains benefit otherwise, but if we draw a rune, then every time we use a Yin Yang Orb, one of the firepower spirit that we're gaining off the rune is permanently added to our total, which is very fun. I mean, it's worth taking for sure. Also, start the fight with a Tipsy in the hand is pretty neat. It's beer. We gain firepower on the first turn too, which is pretty great. The Synergy thing is also kind of neat here because of Marble Phantasm, but it's the only card that we have that makes it work. So, you know. But we do generate 2 cards off it. It's probably the best that has ever been. I'm going to get Dimensional Rift for sure. We upgrade that 100% of the time because it costs 1, and then we're going to upgrade the Faithful Meditation from Yukari. I mean, I have enough to get it, right? Because I don't really want any of the cards here. I mean, Beer is good because of the Tipsy and the starting 10 firepower. Just in case it comes up, I suppose. It's fine. We'll grab it. I don't think it is going to come up, but it's very funny, so why not, you know? Alright. Auto upgrade all of our stuff. Get 2 orbs in our opening hand as well. Busted card. So, let's do this. So Sager is starting with the teacup. Well, not the teacup, the decorated cup, which means she's going to remove all of our exhibits, which is annoying because it means that we don't have access to the extra draw. We also don't have access to the ribbon past this first turn. Very irritating. Also this, like all of the cool stuff, we don't get to even do anything with. Luckily, stuff like the firepower and this one already activate beforehand, so like, no, we have our amulet, we've got flawless this first turn, we don't have the mana generation stuff, but like everything else is totally fine, so we should still be good to go, is what I'm trying to say. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, so we can go ahead and just use this immediately. Frustratingly, we are going to lose Hakurai Illusion here, because I do not have enough mana to use that. So one thing I could do first then, is I could fish for the Celestial Flight. And if I get or I could... No, because I need the mana for that. I need to fish for Celestial Flight, or the or the Lily will do. Because if I use this, now I can have enough mana, I can use... I'm probably not going to redraw it, is the thing. But like I gain the extra mana, which means I have enough to save this. Because I'm going to use Wandering Heaven to upgrade it if I don't find Celestial Flight. Which we don't. Okay, that's fine. Edge of Fantasy is really good too. We'll definitely take that. Although I can't use it is the thing. Maybe I should have left it. I don't know. 2, 3... So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9... Faithful Meditation works here, that's good. So get a hold of that. Then go Wandering Heaven. Side benefit here is it upgrades Crossing the Border, which is pretty strong here as well. Although it's not really useful this turn, but it's still nice to have. We no longer have the capability of getting the mana to generate with Celestial Flight, so there's no reason to take that anymore. Instead, we are just going to probably use the orbs and stuff that we have and just go from there. So we're going to do that one. Going to take some damage from her this turn as well, but that is fine. And yeah, 4 mana kind of going to waste here, a bit of a shame. But I don't think there's anything... I mean... If I Crossing the Border, I could grab the Astrology. If I grab the Astrology, I can get Balanced Orbs in and I could use 1 more mana, but it's not really worth it, to be honest. So, we'll just save it, and we're taking a grand total of like 3 damage, right? Yeah, so not really too bad. There's the Celestial Flight, way too deep into the deck, it's fine. Okay, so... We're no longer protected by the Flawless, so we are going to take quite a bit here if we're not careful, but I think we should be fine. So let's go Balanced Orb, and the Tipsy, we'll just do that this turn as well. Go ahead and fire one of these. Do I want to just use that first? I'm going to use that first, so that I can defend a little bit better here from the initial onslaught. Then go... Order is fine. Honestly, probably this one this turn. So we'll gain our block and barrier. And do that one. We don't need to use Celestial Flight this turn because there's nothing else I can use mana on. So... I guess this is a good turn to spell card though, because we can weaken her big damage output. So 17 by 2 instead, we could defend against that much better. In fact, to be honest, I don't really want to use any of the other stuff with it here, because I think we can get more use out of these by waiting. The firepower would have been nice to take advantage of, but I don't think it's that big of a deal, because now we have the combination, right? This is what I've been wanting to draw. So let's go you, instant dimensional, do this, which is good. Apply the vulnerable as well. It's only going to be for this turn, but that is totally fine, to be honest with you. And then above the realm, Fist of the Hakurai, really good. Firepower increases this a lot, so yep, we'll take access to that. I'm just thinking if there's a free cost card that's worth getting. I think there is. We'll save one of the orbs for next turn. Oh yeah, there certainly is. Oh, is there ever? Lunar Rainbow Market or Free Fly? Free Fly is just consistent. Rainbow Market would have been very good there as well, but this is just extra consistency, right? So now we will hit with all of this. Instant Dimensional Rift has given us Spirit and Firepower permanently at this point as well, so that's really good. And 126 damage. Slow fight so far, but we're getting there. Reverse Offensive now gives her Barrier, which is based on the difficulty level as well. Oh, the Pyramid is annoying. I don't think it matters to me here, though, if I'm being honest. So the pyramid limits you to 10 cards drawn per turn, but I'm not really drawing cards anyway, so what do I care, right? Yeah, I think this is fine. Yeah, Edge of Fantasy for sure, and then Dichromatic Lotus Butterfly again for sure. Sake Offering here, get ourselves the extra damage output from that. I want to just use the Tipsies this turn. I don't have the highest damage output this turn. I mean, I have a lot, but I don't have that much. I'll save them, I think. And then go... I'll use the spell card this turn. She's not summoning anything at this point, so I think I'm fine to just use it. Unfortunately, I did remove her barrier, so maybe it wasn't a good idea thinking that, but like, it's fine. Because I could have used a base of Tycho, gotten a bit more damage output that way, but we're still in a good spot here. So there goes the pyramid. Still got a lot of block, we are still got more than enough actually, and then there will be none. Yeah! More firepower please. We're at plus 15 at this point, which is pretty good. Draw first, I think. Oh, this is all sorts of spice right now. 10 firepower, let's go. We are now at 18 regular firepower and 9 temp, which is crazy. Let's get our orbs. I think we do more damage output though if I put vulnerable on her this turn, so we're gonna do that. And then time to break some boundaries. Beauties of Nature is an interesting one. Add a flower to the hand? Yeah, because it gets upgraded too. Sure, why not? It's probably too slow realistically, but it's fine. We're in more than a good enough spot here for it to not matter that much. And yeah, you can see just how much damage output we get out of these now for this turn. Crazy good. Yeah. And our spirit just keeps on going up too. We are gaining 7 extra block per block card that we use at this stage. So it's just all smiles. There's not much else to say with it. Oh, it's funny we drew this one back. Let's just use that then. Gain that. Gain some extra mana as well. Like, yeah, we're being a bit slow here as far as our, like, overall game plan, I suppose, but realistically, we're not in any massive danger here, right? We still have plenty of barrier for her next turn. There are a few cards, a few exhibits you could maybe take. The teapot is annoying, but we have Amulet for the first time of that. So, like, this is still all smiles right now. There's not really any concern for me, I don't think. Like, I just don't really see what we could run into that would cost us the thing here. We gotta kill her before too much longer, but like it's not that bad, right? Anyway, Edge, go in for more block every time we exile stuff. Do I need the mana this turn? No, I don't think I do. Right? No, I don't, so we're fine. Get the vulnerable. Do that one. Go there. Break some boundaries. Sea of Tranquility is the other colorless card that got added in. Gain 12 block and added pure to the hand, so like it's expensive to begin with, but you do get colorless mana back, which is interesting. Grimoire Study got changed in 1.4.2. This used to add a rainbow for every mana that you paid off the synergy for it. But now it does this instead, which I think is much better, to be honest. Lose 2 life, add 4 random cards to hand. This is going to upgrade to add 5 random cards to the hand that cost 0 temporarily. Have exile on Ethereal, doesn't matter, probably going to play them this turn anyway. This card is cracked, so definitely good to see that here. Because look at that, just like all of this costing nothing here too. This is hilarious. At the start of your turn, gain firepower. Oh, that's so funny. We don't need this one, unfortunately. Like, this doesn't actually do anything. So, we can technically just exile it, gain some life off of it. It's pretty funny, right? Why not, you know? Such a silly thing to have. Obviously that gets played. And the free fly. And then we have some extra damage as well, because why not? Don't need to discard, there's nothing I can really get, so let's just do that, and we're fine. And we still have more than enough defense this turn with the barrier that we have generated. She should die next turn, like, realistically. We have 23 firepower here. We're doing so much, it's unreal. Finally drew the refracted sunlight that we added from the Stone of Ardra into our hand, so woo, I guess that's funny, right? Yeah. Clearly, we can do this in any number of ways, but the only way that makes sense is to punch her in the face of a Yin Angle, so that's what we're gonna do. Very, very cool deck. There's, like, again, I have a habit of just taking overly large decks for sure, but they're so fun, and like Reimu ability shenanigan stuff is unbelievably fun to play. We got a really high score there too as well, actually, for what I would normally get. Yeah, like, what do we get? So, like, a bunch of the enemy stuff is always good. We had 3 or more different types of monochrome mana. Yeah, we had 4 technically, but we converted 1. Bit of a shame we didn't get Mizumaro, but obviously we didn't need it in this one, so that's totally fine. The elegant stuff was pretty good. Obviously, just managing to defeat most of the bosses without taking damage. Which one did we took a hit from Marissa, right? Like 4 damage off of that or something. And like, yeah, gained a ton of extra life thanks to the Harvest Root Basket. I mean, this kind of promotes getting a larger deck size, right? It's kind of funny. Also, we got drunk, so hey, I guess that's the thing in this one, isn't it? That's why we got to spend so much money on here too. I think there might be one for spending 2,000 or more, but I didn't quite have that much in this one. So yeah, very cool stuff though. Thank you if you have made it this far into the video. Thank you very much for watching. I hope this was fun for you as well. That is probably my Switch telling me that the battery's low on my controller. So I guess I should probably plug that in at some point, huh? Like I say, thank you very much for watching. And until next time, take care, and have a gander at that. What a fun run to see. Alright, see you later.